enough. Out at without having to watch it. Pretty darn well. Might need bad color. Out of like 300 plus choice, that actually ends. Alright. About record. One thing I missed. One more. I don't know if enough for now. Because try to get are the all have these small chests. Random. I don't know. Things missing. I need. That's enough to. Maybe a tier. You know what? That's not bad because we have a find not one. Quiet ice. How loud am I compared? Or is it power? Connecting all the. I have to. I might. Okay. That is not my. I'm not really. Get to that. Was downset. Already. Mic test. Mic test. Yeah, I'm trying to get that figured out, right? This is the one thing I hate about like these like fancy gas again. Every time it gets unplugged and replugged, like cancels. On property. There we go. All right, mic test. Mic test. Am I like obscenely loud or just right? Suppose I should actually be okay. Better, but is it actually good? I want to make sure I'm actually like good to go before I resume with the rando. Okay, good. Yeah, apparently I had to go back in my device properties and set the microphone gain back to like plus 30 decibels, which is basically what I had to do last time when I had my or got my hard drive back. I had brand new. I had to reset everything up. That's basically the way I got the mic to work last time. So I need to go into here, get that back up, get that back up, and this back up. All right, now we should be good to go. Maybe turn it down a bit on my side. There we go. Early Moon Pearl, or Moon Pearl. Compass of Hera, meh. Okay, there's Bomb. I think Pot Shuffle is off for the seed. I think those were the vanilla pots, and I know the pots in the front were all blue rupees, which is also vanilla. You tell us what you have? No, we don't. It is a mystery until we actually buy it. Alright, so let's go and bomb off Granny's house. Yay, bug net. Of bugging. Alright, since we have basically no money, let's go do the longer taking but infinitely freer route for getting more bombs. I have not done that yet. I actually completely forgot about doing that. It's one of those things I might not... Okay, I guess it is actually pot shuffle. I might not completely turn it off, but I'll probably like lower the chance of it at the very least. I forget what the actual percentage is right. I think it's like a 1 out of 5 chance of swordless. Yeah, if you type the exclamation mark mystery into the chat, it'll give you all the relevant stat blocks for all the chances. Those should be up to date as of now. Okay. Now we're full on bombs. Yeah, it is kind of like a big text paragraph, admittedly, but, let's get in. We'll try force hunt. Swordless. Yeah, 20% chance of swordless. So not terribly likely. I think at most I'll probably turn it down to like maybe 20 instead. Or not 20, down to 10. I don't mind like the extra challenge here and there. But I think we had like, well, I don't think it even was like 2 swordless seeds in a row, but even then, if we get like more than 1 at a time, then it starts getting annoying. Okay, so we still can't even get your item yet. We have no bottles, so we can't get sick, kid. Let's see what the shop has for us today. Well, it's not swordless. But we are currently penniless. Okay, so we got Quake and Sword inside Kakariko shop. Oh yeah, we can get the chest up here too. Yeah, I think for the frequency at which I do my mystery seeds, 5% I think would actually be a little bit too low. I'm only doing these like once a week anyway. And at a rate of 5% on average, that'd be basically like 2 to 3 times per year that we would get a swordless seed. And that does seem a little lower than I'm kind of interested in doing. Okay, just bombs. Oh, I'm grabbing those. You can't stop me. Alright, so... yeah, we still don't have enough proper weaponry to try doing Hyrule Castle yet, so we'll just go to South Shore. We're close to affording that sword, at least. Let's swap our item to something that doesn't consume ammunition. Yeah, I was kind of sad to realize that we had just vanilla Link. It's like, out of 320 plus options, we get the vanilla. Actually, might even be more sprites at this point. I haven't checked in a while. I know people are like constantly working on more sprites. Ow. Well, it's 1 fire rod shot less than we had before. No, we're taking money. But what we saw in that first shop, we are taking the money. Okay. I think we'll take the safe route on the first mold arm here. Oh, you sons of... there we go. That's better. Well, that guy just wanted to be hit. Come on. Yay, bombs. Boo, compass. Yay? Yeah, better. That kind of sucked overall. I mean, the best thing we got out of that was a heart piece. Alright, so how do I want to do this? So we'll do Ice Rod Cave, we'll do Hobo. We don't really have too much else guiding us in any particular direction yet. We're Yeah, admittedly, I'm not even really fully sure why that is. I noticed that with the XSplit, apparently I can't, like, do a more detailed resizing of the window for that. So it just kind of, it's at the font size that it is, no matter how I want to set it up. So it basically won't let me, like, stretch it or anything. Okay, gloves are nice. Yeah, because one thing that does suck is that because of the way that XSplit's windows are set up, is that if there's like 2 messages that were done recently, that's basically all you can see. Or rephrase that. If there were more than 2 recent messages that were sent, really only 2 of them is going to be actually visible on the stream, which is kind of annoying, and I don't know how to really fix that. I might have to just change what kind of source it is. That was completely off. Yeah, I'll probably have to change what kind of source it is in XSplit so I can actually make it better visible. Yeah, that is something I did kind of notice after a while, but I never really found a good way to expand it while having it still kind of within like its own. Ooh, Book of Medora. Kind of within its own like window, so to speak. Yeah, I would kind of like to be a little bit smaller just so I could actually like fit more text and messages inside of it. But admittedly, that's actually kind of not really the biggest concern because I don't really have that many people speaking anyway. So like 1 or 2 messages is all about that's really going to be relevant at the time anyway. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go to Sahrasla, because we can easily get 5 or 6 items within this area. We can get 3 at Sahrasla, and then 2 or 3... Actually, no, 3 or 4, theoretically. Because we have compasses shuffled. So that's going to be 1 extra item in dungeons. Now, there is still a chance that one of the items is going to be locked behind the boss, which we can't get to right now, which is kind of why I have, like, the minimum of 6, but maximum of 7, depending on how the seed luck rolls out. Also, I gotta remember I actually have boots. As much as I'd love to have boots this early, I'm not used to it, so I never think I have it when I actually do. So one thing I do need to remember is that... Ooh, lantern, okay. That does put all dark rooms into logic, at least. Now I forgot what I was about to say. Oh well. Not the first time, won't be the last time. Ow. Actually, might need to double check the odds on the Enemizer setting, because it feels like I get those a lot more rarely than 33% of the time. Yeah, I actually might just do like an overall reshuffle of the odds if I'm going to be changing the sword list possibility. I just don't really know what I would change everything else to yet, if at all. I might maybe try to see if I can increase the door rando possibility, but I'm not really fully sure on that yet, because I know that the first one that we did that actually was the door rando. We got like maybe halfway done in the span of like 3.5 hours. And while it is kind of fun to kind of be quote-unquote relearning a dungeon, it also gets a little bit annoying when you don't actually know like half what you're doing anymore. So I gotta try to find the right balance. I think we also probably just got like the highest level of the door Rando as well on our first time, which probably didn't help. Yeah, if it's only gonna be one enemy, I can spare the magic. Also, I have not been counting items at all. We have at least one with that red rupee. Okay, so as long as we don't find the map, I think we're technically good. We don't have the big key yet. Yeah, no. No big key. Oh, God. No big key yet. That was actually nice and quick. Oh, that was that. Oh, right. Pot shuffle. That is not where the switch is anymore. Okay, so big keys are vanilla. That is very good to know. Yeah, so far the only dungeon item that we know is shuffled. Actually, I think we already have found a map some... Did we? I don't think we found a map yet, so maybe maps are still shuffled. Okay, that's another bottle, so nothing else we can do here. Still don't have a proper weapon yet. Actually, we can get to, Okay, so we can get to the back of Escape, and we can get to Death Mountain. Let's take care of those two first. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to do the Houlihan room. Because it's pretty obvious that we're going to need the money this seed. One thing I did discover, I think, during the S1Z3 run last week, is that once you get the Houlihan room, you cannot get refresh the rupees at all. Even if you do like a hard reset, the rupees will still be considered picked up and gone. So you can't like do an ultimate farm of that money, which is kind of unfortunate in some cases. Part of me wants to go get the sword now, but we don't really need a sword at this point. I kind of want to combine that with like other checks if I can. Go away. Yeah, so we can at least turn in the sick kid. We can finally get the bottle vendor. Are there any other checks there that we... Actually, I suppose there's also the breakable wall in Blind's hut that we could also be picking back up. Yeah, about the only other thing we could possibly get would be Magic Bat, which would require hammer and powder, which I doubt we're going to get like both of those up here. But I wouldn't put it past a randomizer either. So here, we have no means of crossing the East Death Mountain, so... Okay, money we can't get. We don't have access to Harry yet, which is unfortunate. Yeah, nothing up here. Or at least we have the save and quit point. Oh, nope. I think not. Oh, I did. I don't remember blowing this up, but apparently I did. Let's at least get some money while we're here. Alright, what kind of scam you got for us today? That's kind of a fair price for a full heart. I can't completely be mad at him. Okay. That is actually not bad right now. We'll go ahead and pick up our sword and quake. I could technically hold off on getting quake until I found out if I actually need it, but I kind of rather just get it now while we're here. So we'll go ahead and refresh our bombs again. That's not supposed to happen. There. Yeah. Where's the other one? And it's always the last one you open up. I didn't even need that one either. What can we do now? I mean, one thing that is kind of scary right now is that we do have Zora as an available option. Oh no, we actually have a Gina too we can pick up. So we can do a Gina. Actually, I think with boots it's just as fast, if not slightly faster, to just dash over here. And that's especially with the glove too. We can kind of skip going through the Link's super tile. Or Link's house super tile. Dash, please. Thank you. Alright, so we'll do a Gina. If we can't get to a Gina, then we'll do the rupee farming here. And get enough money for Zora. Yep. And no. Okay, so we can also see what's on Desert Ledge while we're here. Then after that, we'll do the money farming. And I think since we have the Moon Pearl, we'll go ahead and get the Waterfall Ferry early. Here we got another bottle, which is at the moment not helpful. Yeah, because outside of this, I'm not really sure what. Oh, we can do Hyrule. That's gonna be a much better set of possibilities than just farming for money. Or a kinda optimal, but also not optimal route. Come on. I'll take rupees. That's not helpful. Get some magic. Oh, okay, so we can legitimately do Waterfall Fairy. Good to know. We'll go there, it will not be out of logic. Okay, I'll take money. Money is good. Ah, damn it. What was the charge? That's not what was supposed to happen. Meh. It's actually kind of annoying right now that Dark Cross is actually in logic. That means we kind of want to go back and get it. Despite it taking a while for us to do a proper like death warp like this. Oh, hell yeah. Gimme. Oh. Oh. That is fugly. So apparently, Big Key is in Dark Cross. Or it's inside that chest there, I don't actually know which one. But we don't really need to get that right now because we got plenty of other things we can do. No free bomb. Alright, check the shop over here. Actually, I suppose you are kind of low on money. Okay, we don't need any of that. So who drops money? I do want to try to guarantee we'll have money rather than just kind of hope. Come on. No. Hopefully we get some money here in some flavor. Whoa. Okay, I like how I can actually, like, set that up to make that work. I don't know why or how that works. Okay, that's exactly what we needed. We have a red potion, so yeah, no point trying to get that upgraded. Actually, the hammer does get us... The auto-tracker's not auto-tracking. Why is it not auto-tracking? I think you just need to, like, basically turn it on and off again. There it goes. Alright. So, Dark World it is. Actually, if maps are vanilla... I think they are. Yeah, maps are vanilla. Okay, so... Thieves is red. Skull is... Myers, Crystal, Swamp is red. Ice, Crystal, Odd, Pendant, so that means it's required. Squish. Ooh. Like, I like how that one mummy is just, like, completely not even trying. Okay. Kinda nice. So, to go ahead and get the small key from over here. Hopefully, since we do have Pot Shuffle on. Small key? Nope. Small key? Nope. No free small key. We could theoretically go to the back of Skowas and Vita right now, but I don't have quite the health or magic enough to make it like a comfortable encounter. Well, I guess that's kind of what I wanted. Actually, I think this way's... No, just in case we don't get another small key for some ungodly reason. We'll take this route. Yeah, that sounds about right. Really, game? Gotta be kidding me. Alright, so there's definitely items at the back of this dungeon. Nope, I thought I had hammer for some reason. Yeah, I'll say that for later. I don't feel like putting myself through that kind of stress right now. Let's see what the shop down here has. We can buy literally 0 of it, but I want to see what's there. Okay, nothing important. Good. Eh, no, just because we're in the area. Let's find out what's up here. Okay, we don't need that. I'm kind of hoping that one shop is the only one that was actually important, where we got the sword and quake. Okay, I've got to be at like 3/4 hearts right now. Honestly, it felt like that was like the 4th piece of heart I've gotten that should have got me a health up, but... What's in here? Nothing important. Come on.
Like, I don't have wall run.
One of these days, we will get something useful. I am 60% certain. Oh, you silly. Or, are you, I'm silly, apparently. Yeah, I can't even afford the friggin' chess game. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. So, at least 5 items in this dungeon. I think compasses are the only thing that's shuffled. We get the small key right off the bat, which is actually good because we do have hammer, so we can actually utilize it. That Stalfos is the biggest possible. Actually, I don't think it's even called a Stalfos. I think it's just like a regular skeleton. I think the big, like the ones that drop from the air, those are the actual Stalfos. The ones you can only kill with actual bombs. Alright. Yeah, that wasn't a good setup. There we go. Okay then. Kinda sucks that I lost the pot there, but I'll take it. That's not... Well, it kinda worked out, I guess. Alright, let's see if we need to go back down at all. Okay, good, we don't. Hello, Eddie. What are you doing? I would have sworn that would actually kill those guys. There we go. Ooh. Okay, flute is nice. Even better if we can get the mirror so we can turn that in right away. Not quite counting on it, but I can hope. Anyway. Why are you an idiot? Here you go. Going to find the heart. Oh, I found the switch. Eddie. Watch your claws, Eddie. Some more health. I'm pretty sure we got the big key already. Anyway. Well, not the most useful. Ah, I think that would actually get to me. Yay, health. I'm assuming the health... Okay, it's right there, so... Oh, yeah, switch... okay. Almost trolled myself. Alright, let's see... Actually, this is gonna be Vanilla Blind, because we have the maiden with us. Oh, God. Okay, it still worked. Alright, so this dungeon's fully cleared. Anyway. Why do you like this? No. Hello, Mr. Hello. Hi. Alright. So no Titans so we can't do the Smith Chain at all. At the very least, we can get Shovel Game, we can get Forest Kid, we can get Hype Cave, we can go on to Pod, we can check the shop in the reverse potion area. Yeah, still a decent amount of things we can do. Yeah, I'll take the money. I probably should keep going for money, but eh. Actually, this would be better time-wise for money gain. Assuming I can do this right. Ah, damn it. Okay, still at a profit. Ah, that was too late. Okay, that's not bad. More money than we came into Dark World with.
I...
Hi. What are you doing? Why are you going to click? Oh, hell yeah. Hookshot is nice. In fact, there's actually one way we can get across to East Death Mountain, which is one benefit. Why? Why you do this? Why you gotta be adorable? Ah, damn it. Like, it always finds a way to body me. Yeti. Some bombs. I mean, the money is nice. Especially since we still have a couple shops left to check. But yeah, not really all that necessary. Anyway.
Wow. Fuck off.
Maybe. It's pricey, but we'll get it. And it does at least give us plenty for pod entrance. Anyway. Actually, we should probably check the goal first. Before we start getting, like, too crazy into other dungeons. We have fast Ganon. 5 crystals to beat Ganon. Okay. Yeah, clearing dungeons is definitely a good thing.
Wow. Fuck.
Anyway. Come on. Hey. Alright, hopefully we find some useful stuff here. Among the things that would be nice would be kind of a bow right now. Not gonna lie. Now, we don't necessarily need the bow to be able to progress through here because we do have a potion we can use. But I would like to save that potion as much as we can. Okay, good. We can save the potion. More keys. And obviously we like the big keys, so... I'm sorry, what? How did you dodge that? Money, money, money. Okay, there's a big key. Oh, we don't have a small key for that door. Interesting. We don't have a key. Oh. That's annoying. Okay, so we do have the big key now, so we can actually duck across there and save a small key usage. Come on. There we go. So far, so useless. Oh, that's a find. Ready for a death warp, since we are literally trapped otherwise. We'll be using that relatively soon. There. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, thankfully that door stays closed. Or stays open. Don't need to... Oh, come on. There we go. It's been a while since I've had to do that. Alright, so many small keys. So we still can't... Actually, no. No, we can. No, okay, so we can't get to the boss. Because we don't have bow yet. But we can still go back and at least get the last... That's not the right way. So do it like this. We're going to get the chest in here now that we actually have a small key available. Okay, that was useless. Hey, what are you doing? And go get the last chest that's available. It's probably gonna be useless, but oh well. Yep. Can't get more useless than $5. I mean, you actually could, but not by much. Okay, so we're just getting out of here. Still no mirror, which is kind of the most annoying bit right now. We don't have much good or back and forth between light and dark world access yet. Which is a lot more useful than you might think. Cause you date Eddie. What does the shop have for us? Ow! How did that one hit me? We'll take that bow. And we'll take the full heart. Alright, we don't need to go back into Pogs, it's only a pendant. We don't need any pendants to beat the game, so... It's possible there's only an item left, but odds are it's not going to be helping us. I guess we'll take it. So, at this point... There's nothing we can get going further down this path without mirrors, so we'll just save and quit. Let's start... Actually, let's find out what the dungeons in the Light World are first. Hopefully Eastern is either the last crystal or green pendant, so we can turn that into Sarasala. Okay, vanilla green pendant. There is a crystal, and then, okay. Yeah, we can at least get 2 items by going this way. And then after this, we can go to the potion shop and see what's over there for sale. Well, it's possible that actually might be the vanilla shop, considering what everything else has looked like so far. So it might not be as useful as I want to see, but... Oh my god, get... Game, please. Game, please. Thank you. Game, please. Be nice to me. I'm trying to enjoy you. Ugh. think we already got the big chest. Right? Yeah, we did. So, straight to the boss. Now, the more I go through this dungeon, the more I realize I have absolutely no reason to be doing this one right now. We could be doing everything in Death Mountain. We could be doing Hera, which is actually a crystal dungeon. Oh, damn it. Do it like this. That's not what was supposed to happen. Oh, hey, upward. Thank you. Okay. I realized it was just a map there. I might have considered this path less. Alright, hopefully Sarasa does something good. What would we really want at this point? Probably mirror. Best case scenario is that Sarasa has a mirror. That would open up basically the rest of the game to us. Nope. A vaguely mirror-shaped object. Mountain cave. No mirrors, so we gotta go through this the more or less vanilla way. Which is always sad. Actually, I suppose there's still 2 shots left in Death Mountain overall, too, we can check. Just because it's cheap. This we might need, so we'll get it. Well, we got some of our money back, at least. Ooh, there we go. Done a good weaponry, at least. I don't know if that's gonna be the right angle. Okay, good, it is. Yeah. Okay, just money. Yeah, well, I guess we don't strictly need that, but it'll be good to at least get the item in the big chest. There we go. Get in the portal. I didn't want to see that. We don't have the map yet. As long as we don't see the map, we actually don't need to use the small key. Of course I ran into that. Come on. Come on, no map. Oh, come on, game. There we go. That's how the fight should go. God damn it. So check the basement while we're here. Just because it might be important. So what can we do after this? We still can't get the Book of Medora. We can't do Ice Palace. We can't do Turtle Rock. We could go back to Swamp Palace. Not Swamp Palace. Skull Woods. For the 3 checks that are left there. Although I'm not particularly enthused by any of them. It would at least be a crystal, so we'd be able to get at least some progress that way. Oh, I didn't do the setup right. Oh, just barely got there in time. Alright, a little bit of a break. Dollar bills, y'all. What? I mean, money is nice, but it doesn't really do us anything. So that's unfortunate. I hit this one first, so I can actually get out. What a concept. And I always forget to hit the switch over here as well. This is why not having mirrors sucks. So we can get Spiral Cave, then unless we get Titan Mitts, then we're basically done with this area. I thought my friends would be long on that for some reason. Alright, what we got here? Alright, so... I guess I could have... Actually, no, I couldn't have done a Spike Cave yet. Yeah, let's do Skull Woods. Even if it kind of sucks. I mean, we do have some one-off checks we can do. Oh wait, we can turn in the flute. Then we can do more quickly be able to do stuff like the mushroom turn-in and the shovel checks. And then go to Dark World. Come on. Fluty booty. I'm guessing this is gonna be a vanilla potion shop. And a piece of heart. Alright. Nothing useful in the slightest. We never did any of the Zora stuff. We should do that while we're here. Yeah. Oh no, wait, no, we did do the Zora stuff. I'm dumb. Because the Zora had like a red rupee, I think. It wasn't a complete scam, but still mostly a scam. No. That was worth a shot. Yeah, because there are really no other dungeons we can do right now. We can't get to Mire because we don't have Titan Mitts. We can't do Turtle Rock because we don't have Titan Mitts nor Hammer. Or no, we have Hammer. We don't have Titan Mitts. We can finish Skull Woods, and that's what we're trying to do right now. We can't get to Swamp Palace because we need Mirror for that. We could finish up Pod, but that's literally one check remaining. But I really do not want to check that unless we absolutely have to. And we can't even get into Desert Palace, so... Yeah, I think a progression has to be in Skullwoods somehow. We're only at 2 out of 5 crystals so far. And this would be our third. No, one thing that occurs to me is that we actually might have an item behind this store right here. Because we're in the Super Pot Shuffle mode, where the pot items can actually have proper items as well. Never mind, just a ski. How do we get back across? I guess we can just do a bomb. Actually, yeah, that's probably a better way to do it. That way we can save ourselves some health. And ammunition. We've already gotten the map for this. No, we have not yet. There's a chance we can skip that chest down in the corner there. Assuming the boss doesn't have the map. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, I got a lantern too. Actually, I do kind of want those. Dad. Okay. I really should not have done that. Do that. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard a fight. So it's usually we have slightly worse conditions than when fighting in the speed run.
Sure.
No, we do not need to go back inside. Although, unfortunately, that means we don't have too much else to go off of either. I guess we can do hammer pegs. Hammer pegs is an option. Pod boss is an option. As I say with such enthusiasm. What else? I mean, there's really not much else we can do right now. It's the unfortunate thing. No getting Pyramid Fairy, because we would need Swamp Palace for that, and we need, like, at least one more item. We know Bumper Cave doesn't have anything useful, so getting a cape is basically dead. Vanilla Shop down in the middle of this forest area doesn't have anything. Can't get a desert. We can't do bad because we don't have... Oh wait, no, we can't do hammer pegs. Never mind. I guess it's pod? I'm struggling to think what else we could do right now. I mean, I think Spike Cave is technically in logic, but it's not really a good logic. And that's purely my own opinion, not actually, like, game coding logic at all, but... Why do we beat Eastern? We have only the boss of Pod. Okay, what other items / checks could I be forgetting right now? Library wasn't anything. I don't remember it being anything. The book is on island. We've gotten everything in here except for the boss. Where else? I guess there's Dark Cross, which has the big key for Hyrule Castle, and then there's the actual Zelda cage area, which could have something. Honestly, that'd be even worse than the pendant boss having something. I'm not really looking forward to any of this routing right now. Like, any of it. Ah, the friggin' sword beams. Sword beams are the worst. Can I get to desert? I guess we go to Hyrule Castle next. Wait, did we ever actually do the back of escape? I think we were going to, but then I got distracted with Houlihan. I think I might have never gotten the back. I want to check that first, just in case the big key is over there. No, wait, no, not the back. Yep, we never did it. I'm guessing this is going to be where both mirror and gloves and tiny mitts are. Small key. Mitts. God damn it. Had access to this area for a while now. Well, let's at least get Dark Cross while we're here too. Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be the big key. But yeah, we don't need to do that. Yeah, I want to do everything in Death Mountain right now. Because we can get almost everything in Death Mountain. That is too enticing not to pass up, even if it does include having to do all of, like, Turtle Rock. In addition to not being able to do Mimic Cave, because we don't have Mirror. There's still too many items here otherwise. Especially with the last shop being in this area, too. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Those are among the worst enemies in the game. Nope. Alright, not impressed yet. No, it's also possible that we have access to Ganon Tower right now, and that's where all of our, like, the remaining good items... Goddamn. Ganon Tower is all of our remaining good items. It's a very distinct possibility. Okay, never mind, there's Mirror. So... I think that's all we technically need for Go Mode. What else could we want? Okay, so what's the fastest dungeons that we can do? We can do Ice. Yeah, I think Ice and Mire are going to be the fastest dungeons we can do at this point. Although I do want to see if we can access Turtle Rock yet. Okay, we can't. Yeah, I'm gonna call that Go Mode for now. I don't see any reason why it's not. I mean, lacking half magic does suck for this dungeon. But since we do at least have fire, or... No, we don't have bombos. We actually do need to conserve our magic in here. Okay, maybe this route is gonna kind of suck, but... Right now, it's still kind of the best that we got. Yay, small key. Get up there. Yeah, I'm still gonna be opening like every chest I can see along the way, just on the off chance it ends up being something useful, or like additional kind of insurance progression. Yeah, because if we get Bombos and it turns out that we can't do Mire for whatever reason, well, I think we could still theoretically avoid Turtle Rock. Actually, we could do Swamp Palace and then, yeah. I think Swamp Palace might actually be faster than Mire. There's a good chunk of it that we know for a fact we can skip. Okay, there's half magic. We are good to go. Any doubts I've had are now laid to rest. Hello, lady. What are you doing? Okay, more small keys. Even more small keys. Small keys exist, and they exist in the quantity of many. And big key. Anyway. Kitty. Ah, come on. Anyway. Oh, get in there. Ah, come on. Yeah, so outside of Butter Sword or maybe probably Blue Mail upgrade would probably be the next best like convenience item of anything we could get. Come on, game. Hey, that actually worked. Nice. Yeah, I'll forget about that one chest up there. Anyway. Hey. Oh, I have no sword beams. Ah, that didn't work at all. I actually need to be careful. That's why I need to be careful. I have a... Yeah, I do have a red potion. I am not taking the risk. It is not worth it. Okay, I didn't need it. No, come on. Alright, no shield. I forgot to mirror. That's not what I wanted. Okay. At least it was close enough to Vanilla Pot. Why do I keep forgetting I don't have shield? Damn it. There we go. Yay, things I don't need. Because everybody loves things they don't need. Anyway. Maybe. Well, we gotta check the wall of goodies. That's not what I wanted. Oh my god. Alright, on again. No, just because it's on the way. Let's go ahead and grab Pyramid Fairy. Just for the lulz. Yeah, bah. Alright, let's get those a free potion. No, we'll take 2. Because we are going into a Ganon fight with only green mail. Here I come, Mr. Ganon. Come on. Desert Palace. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just missed the torch glitch. Okay. Going better than I thought it would. Mr. Diaz, here you go. Look at you being comfy. And the time. Honestly, I don't really have much I can complain about with that run. I mean, progression was fairly consistent throughout. Wasn't really any, like, major shenanigans that happened. Yeah, just kind of felt like a generally clean run. All things considered. It's kind of a weird feeling, honestly. I mean, even with having gone through 2 pendant dungeons, I really don't feel like I made any decisions I regretted. Well, I mean, maybe not getting the Titan bits earlier, but... like, I don't think they really hindered us all that much, honestly. But yeah, so while these credits are going, I'm going to start getting ready for another randomizer. Where's the link? There's the link. Still no new updates. shouldn't need to change any of these settings. Yeah, we should be good. Save. Custom. They have these sprites. Looks like they do, but they kind of don't. Let's go with this one. Select the appropriate seed. Go with that. Randomize. Customize. Save. Bring it to the appropriate folder. Alright. Back to here. Where is everything? Not that. Not that. I wonder if I can get my own computer's layout. Right there. Let's go and view our stats. 400%. The well-off kid. He only had like $50. Not even that well off necessarily. He's got wood. And more rupees. Ah. Randomizer credits. All right. Yeah. Technically, we found the first sword within like the first 5 minutes, but we didn't have the chance to get it until later on when we actually had money. Mirror was kind of a late item, but it wasn't so late. Blue was nice. Never got into Ganon's Tower. Which is kind of unfortunate, because I do kind of want to see what GT is like when you have the Super Pod Shuffle on. And then it makes the small key drops also be legitimate item checks as well. Let's rate 146 out of 276. So yeah. Alright. Now that that's done, let's get to the next game. I have to reset the tracker because this is no longer linked to the past. That's not what I meant to do, program. Metroid. I have to go back to this. Change to... Do I not have a basic Super Metroid set up yet? Apparently not. So let's duplicate this. Super Metroid. I like to remake a scene live on stream. Alright, then. Alright, it should be... Okay, now it should be tracking. Alright, and then I gotta update the... first, save our splits. Open Super Metroid Randomizer. And then update the stream information. Go away, Edge. Nobody likes you. Metroid. Metroid of the Super variety. Alright. All that should be updated. Gonna get the emulator back up. Mr. Ed, where you going? Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Also, this needs to go back to comparing against my best. Which is still not exactly my best time, but it's close. Controls are good. Turn on Moon Dance. And let's just get right into it with a go. Oh, I screwed that up. Come on. Moonfall, please. Thank you. Yeah, come on. Okay, Vanilla Morph Ball. I mean, I do kind of prefer the Vanilla Morph. Well, maybe not necessarily Vanilla Morph Ball, but Early Morph Ball, because then this it makes the early seed not so annoying to route. Okay, Supers right away. And we'll get more Super. Nope, I screwed that up. There we go. Power bombs. Hell yeah. Might have been too early? Nope, that was good. More power bombs. And more supers. Okay. Plenty of ammo. Now, just make sure I don't die. Actually, let these things fall. There we go. I'll take the health. We also get to sneak in the item over here real quick, which is nice. Oh, nice. Bone Trousel. Ooh, E-Tank. Not too bad. Oh, I almost got all of it. That would have been so cool. Okay, getting plenty of ammunition at least. Come on. Game. 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 Thank you. I forget how close that last one is up there. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. So many supers. Mid-air kill. Come on. There we go. Alright, so save and go ahead and start with the gauntlet check. Come on. Game. There we go. Spin. Commence with the spinning and or winning. Oh my god. Why am I so bad at wall jumps all of a sudden? I need to play this safe. I do not have the most health, nor do I have the most ammo. I'll take more of those. Took that a little riskier than I usually do, but it worked out. Yeah, I'll take both of them. Get the refills. Take in for the item. First regular missiles. Ah. Okay, not very often you get high jump boots. And the tracker stopped tracking again, didn't it? Why is it doing that? Kind of force it to reset itself. Oh, come on! I actually wanted that too. Come on. Game. Game. Oh my god. Oh my god, please. Okay. Ah, damn. There we go. Got charge. No. As long as I'm careful, I should be good. Take that. For now, at least. That's a lot more ammo than I wanted. I'd like a lot more health in this, please. Oh my god. Apparently I'm not allowed health. Health, please. Thank you. Convenience. Yeah, avoided the hit. Metroid Fantasy. Wait, that sounds like a different game. Meh. Oh, I'm taking that. I'm taking that a million times over. Oh, that was way too early. Okay, you're not cooperating here, Kraid. Well, damn it. Alright. Yeah, the first early mouth open just kind of screws everything else up. I mean, sometimes Kraid is nice. Sometimes. As long as you have a very expansive definition of nice. Anyway. He didn't drop a lot of health there. All that for more supers. Eddie, why? Why? Why you do this? Promise, he wants to play the wrong game. He wants to play the stab me in the arm game. And that is not a game I'm good at winning. Yep. Music randomizer. What do you mean? I see no problem with that. The very, very lighthearted, kind of inspiring music is what you expect from a Metroid game, right? Yeah, let's do this. I mean, what even is wrong, necessarily? Wrong is just a construct. Created by society at large. Oh, yeah, I got the spring ball. Forgot about that. Okay, let's see what's down here. See if we need to bother. We do not need to bother. Ah, damn it. Yeah, we can go and do these now. I meant to jump there. Yeah, get these two checks out of the way since there's not really any other reason for us to go over it this way. Oh, we want that. Oh god, why? Come on. There we go. Yeah, we may have Variasu, but we still don't have a lot of health, so try to conserve it a little bit. Meh. wave. Hell yeah. E-tank, cool. Missile, less cool. Okay. Feeling more confident about things in general. Ah, damn it. Okay, so we can still get to Crocomire with Wave Beam, so we can still get a few more checks before having to make any bad decisions. Because we will be making bad decisions. We just don't know how many. I actually didn't mean to pick that up. I'm trying to reverse myself, but I was too good. I'll still take health. One more night, I can at least start thinking about doing the why can't I think what it's called? Stand-up glitch. Why did it take me that long to realize such a basic name? I don't have speed boost, so why am I trying to get that set up? Never mind, we have speed booster. Apparently I was psychic. Okay, so, considering the items we currently have... Oh, I did not mean to jump again. See, the problem is I think the only place we can go to where there would actually be progression at this point would be Wreck's ship. Which is, to be fair, not anywhere nearby. By, like, any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, so much for getting a good time on this one, but... Come on. Jump, please. Not that tough a task. There's the happy music. Come on. No. That check insults me. Nee. Alright. Hopefully you'll find Gravity Suit and Wreck Ship somewhere, so we can take that just, like, right to Meridia. Yeah, I'm doing kind of like an infinity sign routing at this point, which is very inefficient, but it is what it is. Missiles. Hey, nobody need missiles. Do the Samus dance. Damn. I got no Doppler out of that. Ah, I screwed that up entirely. I thought one of my shots was going to get blocked by the fireballs. Damn. Damn. Trying to get like a pseudo Doppler there, but quite failed. Come on. There it is. And that's basically our go mode, so... I'll still check a few things that are like more or less on the way. We're not going to be going out of our ways for any like major checks. Come on. Yeah, I'm picking those up mostly just to get more current super missiles rather than max missiles. So I can minimize the amount of farming I have to do by the time I get to Norfair. Ah, come on. Such an intense backdrop. I'm in danger. Wait, that's not where I want to go. Ah. Ah, come on. You know, I'll get that E-Tank. A little bit of extra security. Oh! That'll make things easier. I will take that. Ah, come on. Damn it. I always forget like which of the little stands I'm supposed to go to when I do that. There we go. Just because I still want to try for the full halfie. Oh, not really sure what I screwed up there. It felt pretty good. Come on. That didn't quite work. Yeah. Okay, that was actually a faster quick kill than I thought I was gonna get. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get the drop so I can try to get more supers. For all, like, the 3 I get. I might lose blue suit if I do this, but we'll pick it up anyway. Okay, I don't lose blue suit. I know there are, like, some really random things that can make you lose the blue suit. I don't recall what they all are. I know one of them is just, like, pressing the B button, or the run button at all. Ah, damn it, I screwed that up. Could have been good. Nope. Damn it. One of these days I'll get the damage boost and it'll look awesome. Not only will it look awesome, it'll actually be a little bit faster too. How that iframe abuse only works with plasma? Oh, it wasn't enough. Damn it. Get a couple extra supers as backups. Because I always miss at least one or two. We'll get to 33 to be extra safe. One more. There we go. Damn it. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, if I can get plasma, that would be like the best case scenario to make everything else go faster. Also pick up all the supers I can. That's what I really needed, was a one just to be able to get back out, so... Yeah, oh, come on. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, why not? Still have a little bit of extra leeway. Right, I still need a bomb here. Yeah, the last possible time save item would be Ice Beam. Nope. Oh, I didn't get the mock ball. That makes me sad. Ooh, that was nice. I didn't think I could do anything as cool as that. So yeah, it's gonna kind of suck not being able to go through Turian with Ice Beam, but honestly, there are worse fates. Ah. Well, I just screwed something up, I guess. Yeah, that was way too late. That is the most fitting Turian theme ever. Ah, damn. Nope. Oh, right, I can't do Zebra type skip. Come on. Dude, charge. Ah, come on. Oh, game, why? All the way to the bottom. Game. Why do you gotta be so mean to me? I've been enjoying you up until now. Close enough. Alright, so a pair of pretty good seats overall. Now the thing is, I don't know how much... Okay, so if I'd gone to Wreck Ship first, I would have had gravity. But I wouldn't have had a lot of the other kind of good stuff too. But I didn't really need Varia. I don't know how my route would have gone if things would have actually been better if I had gone through Wreck Ship first, honestly. Where did I find Varia? I think I found it in, like, Brinstar, I want to say. You know, this is one of the scenes where I'm wondering if it might have actually been better for me not to have gotten Power Bomb so early on. If I could have left, like, the Billy Mays area kind of unchecked until the middle. If I'd done that, I would have been more enticed to go toward to basically do, like, the smaller S loop. I'm gonna go back to Wreck Ship and then end up getting gravity. Although we didn't really need too much else outside of that route. The only other thing we could have gotten that would have been ice, and even that would have been, like, maybe, like, half a minute saved. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about that one now. Part of me wants to, like, go through the seat again using the other route and see what would happen with that. But yeah, I don't know, because we got gravity after Fantoon, I think. Yeah, it was after Fantoon. So actually, at that point, we would have had, because we didn't have a lot of health by that point. And without any suits, that would have made, okay, that would have made Fantoon more stressful. There is that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm very curious how else I could have ran this now. Yeah, I guess this would be one of those scenes where it's kind of like the ultimate test of, like, which route is actually quicker. As a general rule. Yeah, 6.5 minutes Centurion. The thing is, if we didn't screw up, like, the middle part of the escape, that actually would have been a really damn good time. It might have been like a 6-something teen. Yeah, I'm guessing Ice Beam was in Wreck Ship somewhere. Most likely. Speed Booster. Yeah, Ice Beam and Bombs were the only ones we couldn't find. Ice Beam. Meridia Sandpit, okay. Bombs, right super Wreck Ship, okay. So Bombs were in Wreck Ship. I don't think that really would have changed much. Then Ice Beam and Meridia. I mean, we might have picked up Ice at that point. I don't know, I got a lot of things I'm curious about with the seed. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for the night. As usual, I have no idea what I'm going to be running tomorrow. I kind of want to do like a mini sort of test run of a different kind of randomizer. For when I haven't actually played on stream before, I don't think. But I don't really know, because I don't really remember much of the progression of the game itself as far as like what key items you need, so I might not even be able to finish it, despite it being basically about the same length as like a Super Metroid Rando, for those who know what they're doing. But yeah, I guess we'll figure out what I'll do when the time comes. So yeah, with that, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central for some kind of game of some sort. And until then, have a good night. Excuse me? Why did you beep?